Following the California gold rush, gold was discovered near present-day Denver in the summer of 1858. The discovery became known as the Pikes Peak Gold Rush and brought thousands of prospectors into the region.
We have a lot of work to do to get to where we think we ultimately can get for customers.
The following is a paid program. The opinions and views expressed do not reflect those of Bloomberg LP, its affiliates, or its employees.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street, in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. Ariva is a cryptocurrency that is used in global and local tourism and travel networks as well. It can be used to book reservations, also get some valuable content sharing. You can get rewarded for that as well. So with me is Claudia Topperdell, the Chief Communications Officer for Ariva. Welcome. Let's just talk about Ariva and what the company is doing. I know you're making a lot of waves in both crypto and travel. So explain like what you're doing with Ariva.
Yes, let me tell you that a lot of things has been achieved in the last period with Ariva, because we have this big aim to improve and even to revolutionize the tourism industry and to make it like more seamless and more beneficial for travelers and tourists. And in this direction, in the last period, we have listed in several exchanges. We feature on many articles made by reputable press. We also have launched our NFT, our Ariva Man, you know, because this is the new challenge, to say like that. And also we had the introduction of our metaverse, which is called Ariva Wonderland. Also, we have another big achievement, a strategic partnership with World Tourism Forum Institute and Global Tourism Forum. And I think this partnership is ushering in a new era for the tourism industry. Also, we have another important partnership with BTS Labs. And also we had a big event, the Dubai blockchain event, that was hosted by Ariva. And of course, I can't forget also about Ariva World Travel Portal that was fully launched and now is fully functional. So we are doing a lot of things and we have a lot to catch up.
You do have a lot going on. Let's talk about the metaverse here for a little bit. I mean, what is attainable on the Ariva metaverse? What can users expect there? Wonderland, is that?
Yes,
right?
This is the name. This is the name, Ariva Wonderland. So, like Ariva Wonderland is like, how to say to you, like another world, a second world created virtually by Ariva, in which users can have different activities right there in the metaverse. Also, Ariva Wonderland has a lot of features included in the metaverse, which are not only interesting, but also beneficial for the users. So, for example, we had just finished our first range of land sales. So users can purchase land, like virtual land, and they can also develop this land and also earn from it. Also, we have developed and we have a future of time travel, so users can travel in time, in the past or in the future for certain purposes, I don't know.
So cool.
Yeah, and even more than this, we have also for our travelers the possibility to travel virtual to a new destination that they didn't, they haven't yet arrived, you know, like in real time. So this will offer you, like, as a traveler, the possibility to know what to expect when you are arriving to that destination. And another thing that is very important, another feature that is very intriguing, is the advertising feature. So the individuals and also the business companies can use this advertising to advertise this, this feature of advertising to promote and advertise their products and their companies, their businesses in the virtual world. And I didn't finish. We have also another thing that is very important. It's like the travel earn service, which is another enjoyable feature on our Ariva Wonderland. So our users can earn treats and rewards by spending time in our metaverse and also by traveling in our metaverse. So how cool is that?
Yeah, and not a lot of people are using crypto yet for applications like this. I mean, how do you plan to kind of reach out to them, make them feel more comfortable using crypto and travel?
I think it will not take a longer time until everybody will embrace this. And I can assure you in this respect that Ariva will be there every step, you know, to support this transaction. And also I think it's very important for us in the Ariva that we are one of the first projects that integrates the blockchain technology with the tourism sector. And I think this offers us an advantage, an edge, and this will definitely make us widely accepted in a short time.
Now, one thing I think that might help with that is benefits or rewards or something. What are some of those that you could get with Ariva?
Let's start with the first one, which is very concrete one, like the benefits generated by being a holder of our ARV token, you know. You have direct and attainable profits from this aspect. And there are also many other ways to obtain benefits from Ariva ecosystem. So for example, as I told you before, Ariva is simplifying the booking operations for travel and tourism, bringing everything in one place. The second one, which I think is very important, is the fact that we are eliminating the need to carry cash. We eliminate this need to carry cash when you are traveling, or also to change from one currency to another, or also to make SWIFT transactions. So practically, we are eliminating all the difficulties generated by, let's say, making tourism in a traditional way and paying for this in a traditional way. And there are also some additional rewards that you can have with using our Ariva project. So, for example, we have the Ariva Club, that is our social media platform. And there, the users, the travelers, can earn rewards by sharing their travel experience with other people from all over the world. And also we have our metaverse system. So I think there are a lot of benefits, a lot of profits, a lot of rewards, and I think more and more will come in the future because we are developing every day. So just join us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
SEKUR, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. SEKUR is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. SEKUR doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download SEKUR. Visit SEKUR.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
EmpireCapital is a multifaceted yield-generating organization, a DeFi as a service, or DeFi 4.0. EmpireCapital offers farming as a service, infrastructure as a service, and is assisting in normalizing DeFi and cryptocurrencies as a whole as well. And additionally, EmpireCapital partnered with Sandom Digital and created a game-changing iOS and Android app called Roundify through open banking technology. So it allows those in and outside of crypto to build a DeFi portfolio by making everyday real-world purchases through the app. And with me is the Chief Operating Officer, Lachlan Purnell, to talk more about this. Just explain EmpireCapital. I gave a little bit of an overview, but it's complicated. So it is. So tell me what the company is all about.
Well, like you said, we offer a lot. We have a very wide ecosystem under our belt. But just generally, what we're looking to do is improve the ability for the public to access the world of DeFi. We're looking to improve the quality of services offered in DeFi, the infrastructure. And we're also looking to bridge the world of traditional finance and decentralized finance.
Okay, so So, I mean, just talk a little bit about this, your partnership with Sanam. I mean, what is that all about? What does that offer people?
Yeah, so with Sanam Digital, they're helping us build the Roundify app. Okay. And so the Roundify is really an easy way for the general public to get into the cryptocurrency world. Like the vast majority of investors haven't got into cryptocurrency or DeFi. And with Roundify, it will be made really easy.
Yeah, and then I said a bunch of stuff there, like farming as a service, infrastructure as a service. Explain that, what that means.
Yeah, so basically we offer developer services. So any project wants to launch a token or an NFT, some kind of new DeFi protocol, or just anything really on the blockchain. They come to us, and on the back end of things, we build everything, we code it, we get it audited and verified by our auditing partners. And then we build the front end, so that's the website that hooks into the blockchain, and it's just the graphics, the UI, the dashboard, basically everything they need. And then obviously we're trying to build that infrastructure between CeFi and DeFi. So that's with the Roundify app. And yeah, just generally like I said, we have a large amount of services we offer. Yeah. So we also have audited smart contracts. So this is infrastructure people can just hook into. It's very well beta tested by other projects, by ourselves. And so that's things like staking contracts, that's cross-chain bridges, and that's Launchpad.
So explain EmpireCapital tokenomics.
Yeah, so basically, I'll just use like an analogy to like a stock, just to make it a bit easier maybe for our audience. So just say you had a stock. So you buy a share, we have a fee on transfer. So whenever you're doing a buy order or a sell order, there's a 10% fee. So on the buy side, 1% is burned, which means it's destroyed. So the total supply is going down over time. This means there's deflationary impact, right? So that's just, basic supply and demand. And then 9% is what we call reflected. So the reflection mechanic means that if you're holding a stock and someone else buys a stock, that part of that 9% fee is then going to end up in your own wallet. So if you held 1% of ECC, you would then get 1% of the 9% of every buy order. And we recently bridged from Binance Smart Chain to Ethereum, so we're now on both chains. And so the equivalent would be, just say you had a stock on the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange at the same time, and no matter where the buy is happening, you're getting more in your wallet. And so that's just auto-compounding, automatically happens.
Yeah.
On the sell side of things, it's a 10% fee as well. 2% is making more liquidity to allow more participants to get in. 4% is to our marketing wallet, and that's just obviously for general awareness. And then 4% goes into our treasury, which makes investments into a wide range of income streams, pulls it back to the token.
Okay, explain the treasury a little bit more. How does that work?
Yeah, so the treasury is really the backbone of what gives the ECC token value. So this treasury is fed by the sell tax, and then we have these fund managers that look at all these different income streams within DeFi. So we're looking at protocols on Ethereum, Solana, Phantom, Avalanche, basically wherever. And once a certain ROI has been achieved, the profits from that are then used to buy back the ECC token. So it's kind of like if you had a VC firm, that the profits from the investments they make then go back into buying back their own share.
Interesting, innovative approach to DeFi. So thank you so much, Lachlan.
Thanks, Jane. Thanks for having me on.
Want to get linked to a really good investment? Everyone knows you have to be at the right place at the right time. So here's the deal. Link2 is that place. And when you sign up, you'll join an awesome community of investors with access to the world's leading private companies way before they go mainstream. Are you ready to get linked to? Our unicorns are waiting. Link2. Private investing made simple.
EpicCash is a peer-to-peer electronic payment system. And with me to explain exactly how it works is Impact Ambassador Mike Momola. And Mike, I know you're not a financial advisor, it's not financial advice, but talk to me about EpicCash. What's it all about?
It's about changing the world through digital currency. And what's happened is, if we look at the advent of cryptocurrency going back to 2008, when Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, that was revolutionary in many ways. And there were certain technologies that existed and certain technologies that didn't exist. But one of the things that was happening in the world was that there was a real problem with trust. People had trust issues with their money, what institutions were doing or not doing with their money. And so this was an attempt to address all of those problems through cryptocurrency. So fast forward about a decade, the founder and devs, the engineers behind EpicCash, had the ability to stand on the shoulders of those giants like Bitcoin and others, and to see what was done right, what was done wrong, and what technologies didn't exist at the time it was created. And so they took all of that and put together what is now EpicCash, which is the future of money.
Well, funny. So how will we use EpicCash?
So we can transact with the click of a button. So when you look, the important thing about it being peer-to-peer is that it's also permissionless. And when you get back to that trust issue, that's what was really important. Because if I want to send you money, whether you're sitting next to me or you're sitting on the other side of the globe, I want to be able to click a button and send that to you without having to worry about centralized institutions or organizations being able to affect or impact that. That's what Epic is doing. So it gives individuals the ability to transact and control their money the way money was originally intended to. And one of the things that's fundamental to that is privacy. So Epic's not necessarily a privacy coin, but because of this incredible technology that the founder and the engineers created, it has some of the most superior privacy features on the planet. Many would say the most superior. And that's important. We recognize that today. Society and societies are recognizing the importance of privacy, right? For example, if I ask you, Jane, how much money do you have in your bank account? Or I ask anyone in the studio, how much do you have in your account? We wouldn't tell each other because we recognize inherently that it's private. Well, the same applies if someone wants to, for example, donate to any kind of an organization. They want to be able to do that without fear that there's going to be retaliation.
Can you share a little bit more about the technology and how that protects privacy?
Yeah, so basically when we transact, if someone is using Epic, it doesn't keep track of the IP addresses, the amounts, or anything else.
Okay.
Whereas, you know, in many ways, these other cryptocurrencies and the technologies that came before it have become in many ways a surveillance coin. And there are companies all over the world that watch the blockchain of other cryptocurrencies and then sell that information based on what's happening. Hey, Jane did this or Jane did that with this other cryptocurrency, and then sell that information. Impossible here because of the way that the privacy is. So if I want to send you $1, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000 around the world with the click of a button, I can do that in under a minute with Epic for under a penny.
Yeah, wow.
Which is extraordinary.
Well, that's revolutionary if that's where we're headed. So thank you so much, Mike.
Thank you.
Yep.
Clones in-house can severely drain both quality and costs for cannabis and hemp businesses. PharmaGreen Biotech is the key to growing high-quality plantlets. PharmaGreen services includes premium tissue cultured starter plantlets and live preservation of any plant species. Grow into the future of optimized plant growth with PharmaGreen. See our update at update.pharmagreen.ca.
Smiles23 is a company focused on making sure executives have the best physical presentation that they can. And with me is Dr. Lee Goss, the CEO of Smiles23 and also CEO Smiles, which is a project of Smiles23. So explain what that's all about.
Absolutely. Well, I'm a dentist by trade, but Smile23 is an exciting project where we're attempting to roll up very high-end dental practices. And in those practices, we're defined by the highest quality of care, leading technology, and customer experience. And we are excited about telling our story through CEO Smiles. And in CEO Smiles, we want to take a deep dive into the smile of a CEO and pick apart what characteristics of that smile actually make it different.
So why is that important?
Why is a smile important?
I mean, we know it's good, but for a CEO, how does that make a difference?
Okay, so why is a smile particularly important for a CEO? CEOs have to be able to demonstrate confidence. And I think out of all facial features, eyes, skin, hair, there's nothing that projects confidence like a smile. Even, you know, you kind of want your CEO, in my opinion, to have a little gray hair, maybe a wrinkle or two, but you definitely want them to be able to project confidence during the pitch and to disarm during negotiations. And I think a smile is the quickest way to get there.
Yeah. I mean, it does show confidence, warmth. You know, people I think can relate to you. They're not intimidated by you if you're, you know, smiling a little bit. So it might be a good thing for negotiations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think people are, and for years have been focused on the Hollywood smile and how can they look like their star. But I think now more than ever, people really want to emulate this CEO that they're a fan of. And I've been privileged over the years to help construct and design some of the smiles for CEOs, CMOs, COOs, founders. And I've been privileged to see kind of how their smile has been part of their journey.
So I'm thinking straight teeth, white teeth. Anything else? Like, is there anything I'm missing?
Missing is the key word.
Okay, so
all of them there.
Yeah.
So 80% of adults are missing at least one tooth.
Interesting.
And now there are so many technologies that are coming to the forefront, especially robotic dentistry, which is allowing people to replace missing teeth. So absolutely right. I think people have gotten it right with straight and white through clear aligners and through teeth whitening, but there's so much tech coming in robotics that's really interesting.
Well, I wanted to ask you about that. So what can robotics do? How are they changing dentistry?
Well, we have to think about who places a screw better, a robot or a person. I'm personally really excited about where robotics are going to influence dentistry. Robotics are already heavily in medicine and in surgery, and robots can, with the assistance of a doctor, place dental implants. I think a lot of other procedures are going to be coming down the line, and this is amazing because it's going to greatly influence access to care and quality of care.
So what should someone do if they're considering, what should be the first step that they take if they're an executive and considering improving their smile?
Well, virtual consultations became a real thing over the past 2 years. So now a virtual consultation is part of almost every dentist's workflow. So that's a great place to start. You can talk about your smile, and we all know from Zoom calls that you can actually see someone's teeth pretty well on a Zoom call. There's actually a dental term that came about called Zoom call anxiety, which is actually related to the way a person's appearance, because the Zooms really show facial features really well.
Oh yeah, that lighting, like that can be a killer sometimes on those Zoom calls. And finally, like what's a price range, something like this?
Well, dental implants at present are roughly $5,000 a tooth. A full arch rehab can range from $20,000 to say $100,000 or even $120,000. But I think with the technology that's really, really close, I think the prices of dentistry are really going to come down, and the quality in the mid-market is really going to come up.
That'd be very interesting. Thank you so much, Doctor, for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
Glint has developed proprietary technology that enables everyone to buy gold. Gold that's stored in Brink's vaults, insured by Lloyd's of London. With Glint's app and debit card, peace of mind is just a few taps away. It's easy to protect your hard-earned savings, and there are no minimums, hidden fees, or financial advisors required. To learn how to safeguard your future, go to glintpay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store.
SEKUR is an instant messaging and email service that is encrypted and is good for confidential communications. And we do know and read about hacks almost on a daily basis. So with me is the CEO of SEKUR, Langahi, to talk about the company and then also some of the products you have for people. So let's just start with, you've got a new product, right?
Yes.
Check by Invite?
Yes.
Okay,
correct.
tell me about that.
basically, we launch our new messenger tool with a chat by invite. What it means is that whether you're in the US, Canada, most of Latin America now, and some countries in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, you can text anyone with a phone number from these countries and invite them to chat with you. Now, why that's important? As you know, if you use a chat application, the recipient needs to have the same application. They also ask for your phone number every time when you download those. First of all, we don't ask for your phone number, so it's way more private and secure. The hackers don't know that you even have an account, that you're using it. And now you can chat with anybody in the world that has a mobile phone, because you can just text them and say, hey, Alain wants to chat with you. And then you click on the link. It's like, okay, and then we open a channel and we chat together in a private and secure manner, as if you had Secure.
So walk me through it. So I need the app, the Secure app, which I can download on iOS and Google?
Yeah.
Okay, and then through that, I can text somebody?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
first I would recommend you go to secure.com.
Okay.
You buy the solution. After that, you can download, because you need to create your account.
I see.
And that needs to be done with us. Then you download on iOS or Android, you sign in, and then you basically can use chat by invite. You can use it using your address book, your contact book. It'll upload it for you. Or if somebody is not in your address book, you put their name, their phone number, it'll send them an invite to click, and then the channel is open. It's a private tunneling system, and the entire communication only happens in our Swiss encrypted server environment, as opposed to sending encryption keys back and forth over the internet. And that's critical to know, because when you send keys back and forth, they can be hacked.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's in a server and it never leaves that server. So our goal is this. Our goal, I mean, we're not going to be able to compete with Microsoft and Zoom and things like that. But we're going to say, listen, if you're a C-level executive, if you're in certain industries, you know, you typically don't have conferences with 500 people. It limits you to 20. And that is the tranche of people that will just pay whatever it costs to get that privacy. The product will cost $50 a month per user. It will include all our services. And $50 a month is really not expensive for a board member, for C-level executives, or other people in the medical industry. And I think even citizens themselves, regular citizens like you and me, individuals, they'll pay for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's an amazing product. And it'll be the culmination this year of everything we're launching. And then next year we have some other things planned.
Okay. Well, I mean, you and I have talked about how this is a growing industry, and we read about it every day. So it's definitely a solution that people need. So.
And now that people work from home or travel is more restricted, let's say, it's a great tool. And companies are trying to save money too. Right. They can't always send somebody on business class to travel just to say hi. Now they have that habit, well, if it's critical, I'm going to send this executive. If it's not, we're just going to do a conference on video. And that's where the business is going to grow like crazy in the next few years.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alain.
Thank you, Jim.
Yep.
The proceeding was a paid program. The opinions and views expressed do not reflect those of Bloomberg LP, its affiliates, or its employees.
Why do the biggest names in business choose Bloomberg?
That is a great question.
It's a great question.
It's a great question.
Great question.
Great question.
Great question.
Great question.
That's going to be the best question I get all night.
I'm glad you asked that.
Bloomberg Television. Top experts. Great questions.
I pay over $100 a month for cable when it's half the cost for Fubo TV. Get all the